Hello everyone, welcome to Career Chronicles. Today we have Sudestna who's working in Danfoss. So we'll get to know about her journey, some tips and strategies in order to get into Danfoss. Before that, how are you doing?
Yep, I'm good, Aishwarya. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Cool. So I hope we can start up with an introduction from your side.
Mm-hmm. So, hi, Aishwarya. I'm Sudeshna, and I'm in Chennai for the past 17 years here now. I've started from my schooling, that is from my second standard in Boys Public School near Medavakam here. After that, I went to SRM, where I
Mm-hmm.
did my Bachelor's of Technology, that is engineering from biotechnology there. And after that, after many campus interviews and after getting a few offers, and then landing up to Danfoss. That's where my career has started. This is
Cool.
about me.
Great. So since this is Danfoss, it was a on-campus part or an off-campus part? How many rounds you had in order to get into it?
So Danfoss, if you see, this is off-campus part. Initially, I got on-campus a few placements, which I wasn't much interested because it was related to sales. So
Mm-hmm.
after that, I applied off-campus, and then through off-campus, I got into Danfoss.
Cool, cool. So you just applied into the company portal and then it was all done, or you had any referrals in order to get in?
It was not only like company portal. So yeah, company portal I did apply. Apart from that, I even applied through LinkedIn, Naukri, and various other platforms. Through that also you can apply for campus interviews. So that was one of the way to get along for the off-campus part.
Great.
Campus.
Okay, so what was the interview process? How many rounds you had? Was it difficult as per your analysis? What was the level? Was it difficult or easy or intermediate? How was it?
So, when you look into the interview process, it was like first I applied for the role, and then I got this mail stating that I have been shortlisted based on my resume and all the other skills. And then after that comes the interview part, where it was around three rounds, I can tell. Well, generally, when you see campus, we used to have 5 rounds, but as
Mm-hmm.
this was off campus, I suppose we had 3 rounds. So I
Mm-hmm.
had the first one, which was, you can tell, the technical round,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had the manager round, and then the HR.
Okay,
So with that, it was done.
cool, cool. So how was your preparation part? Since this was an off-campus, what kind of preparation you did in order to get into this role as an analyst, basically?
Preparation, as in, you can tell, already I was applying for the campus placements in college. So I was pretty much prepared with the campus. Like, we used to have these campus trainings, right? So that was more of a help to get along in this off-campus one. I can tell it's more about aptitude, and aptitude was like, yeah. I forgot to mention, I did have a round, like I can tell, the aptitude round as well in
Uh-huh.
this one, which I forgot to mention. So, like, aptitude is something which comes from college. Apart from that, preparation, as in, you need to know about the company, some basics of what you have done, your projects. That's the very basic questions which they ask fresher, which I
Mm-hmm.
can tell. Hmm. Yeah.
Cool, cool. So as since you got it in the fresher part itself, right? So from the start till now you're working in Danfoss, so you didn't switch any companies, you're still staying in Danfoss. It's that's something good, because in a long run people want to switch companies. So what is your go on that, basically?
So, as in switching company, at present, I don't want to, because what I would say is I joined Danfoss as an external employee.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I got converted as analyst now, which is my current role, SIOP Analyst. And so it is pretty much something where I am developing a lot. I was into master data management, and now I have moved to SIOP. And SIOP is like sales, inventory operations, together the analyst. So it is something, all this comes under the supply chain part. I know
Okay.
it is like, it is not something of my core, but still it is something which I enjoy a lot doing it. So it's going really great, I can tell.
Great, cool. So, like, do you believe that doing a research before getting into a company, it's a primary thing before getting into the interview part?
Yes, get doing a research is very important. There are some instances where you get questions
Mm-hmm.
related to the company as well. So it's very important. I would say that have a background check about the company as well. What is the
Okay.
company? What does it manufacture? What does it work with? Is it the right company for you? Whether you are really interested into it, or which part or which division are you going to get into? You have to have some basic knowledge about all these concepts. So it'll be easy for you in case you're receiving any questions in the interview. Generally, during the HR round, you used to get questions from HR. You should be
Mm-hmm.
always prepared.
Okay, okay. So doing a research before getting into a company is something that's highly important because
Mm,
it may pop out based on that. Okay,
mm,
got it, got it. So, did you have any questions for the interviewer during your interview process? If so, what was
I did.
yeah?
So if you tell me about the questions, as in the first thing is I'm a fresher, so
Ah,
I wasn't sure about which role am I getting into. So always feel free to ask the interviewer. I would say that if you have doubt, like my question was, what is the role which I have to offer them, or what would be my nature of appointment. So these are like this is a basic question which you can always ask them to get clarified about the role which you are applying for or which you are getting into.
cool,
That would be
cool.
the question.
That's great. So, since you're working as an analyst, so what are the skills you think are very much important in your role, basically? In order to get into a
So,
art, like what are the skills we need or we need to develop?
mhm. So, as in, it's not only about analyst, I would tell, but as a fresher also. It all starts with fresher and then analyst. So, some skills which we don't generally don't get much exposure in college, like Excel, advanced Excel, the formulas. But more like you can see most of the companies they work with Excels, files, and then some of the tools. Like now these days we have this Power BI tool or Tableau. There are various other such tools which you all know. And apart from that, like the Excel, which is a very key feature in any company. Every company has reports. Every company works with reports. Every company works with formulas. So I would suggest that these are some of the skills which any person who is applying for interview should have, especially the freshers, which we
Mhm.
sometimes miss out in college. In college, it's more of technical and you're studying related to your subjects and everything. But apart from this, also there are various other small skills which you can gather during college, which will be really helpful for your interviews.
Cool, cool. That's great. So, since you're working for maybe in a long run, what is your take from the company? Or what is your thing that this is something that you should follow in a corporate world that you would specify?
Take from the company.
Yeah.
Well, I love the culture of Danfoss a lot. I would say it's a very beautiful place where really good people are there. You get lot of exposure. My major take would be question people a lot. Like you can question as much as you can, and there are number of numerous people to solve your doubts.
Okay.
So, major thing in anyone's career, which I would suggest, like it's just the beginning for me, but still, questioning and clearing your doubts as much as you can. That itself is a sort of gaining knowledge from other people's experience.
Ex-
And I would suggest working practically and with practical having some theoretical side by side our own homework is something which can really help us with this in-depth knowledge and understanding the concept more, and that makes you prepared for like explaining and teaching your upcoming ones like who are coming after you, right? It becomes
yeah.
easy for to give KTs to them as well.
Ah,
That would be my take. Question a lot. Don't
okay.
hesitate to question.
Cool, cool. So, last question maybe. So, what advice would you give to people who are just starting out as a fresher?
Who are starting out as a fresher, main advice would be just chill, relax, don't worry. First thing, because that will be a part where you are really nervous. You're just so confused what's going to happen with your life, how is your future going to be. So just chill and relax, first thing. Second thing, plan your goal, as in what do you want. It's not always like if you are doing a technical course, if you are getting into a particular subject, you have to do that. Sometimes you're just so confused that you get into a subject but you don't like it, so it's okay. But there are numerous other ways. When you're an engineer, it's okay, you're any engineer, but when you're an engineer you have number of options to pursue. So don't worry at all. That would be the second advice. Third advice would be, just try, don't hesitate to go into any particular, a single type of job. I would tell, come out of your comfort zone, try different things. If you're not liking this, go for that, and finally come to a conclusion, what do you want, and then go ahead with that on the long run. I would say at present I am into the more like exploring part, where I'm exploring different parts. Wherever I find interest, I go there, I try, I get into depth. And if I like it, I'm going to go ahead with that particular topic. That would be an advice. And third advice would be, please get the Excel part, because Excel, formulas, advanced Excel, and anything related to Excel is something which I was lacking, and I had to do short courses initially, which was really helpful. Now it's really helpful. And apart from that, these small tools we have these days, which they use to prepare dashboards and everything, side by side skills. That will be really helpful.
Okay. So the first thing is like have a kind of chill pill manner before getting. Since you're fresher, be it's okay to start. That's fine.
Yeah,
And
it's
second, like set your goals, analyze what you want, get into the depth if you are interested. So and some basic like master your basics. Like we know Excel now, we know it's not that. So when it's going to be advanced Excel, it's more than that. So we need to master our basics. That's what is something that you're trying to explain. So that was awesome. So thank you so much. You gave a clear explanation, a kind of crisp analysis of an overall thing actually. Thank you so much.
Thank you.